The finale starts with the military rushing around in panic. They are trying hard to catch up with the Scooby Gang, who are getting closer to stopping Vecna once and for all. Murray, Callie, 11, and Hopper jump out of their truck and move carefully toward the lab. They know this place is dangerous. Sadly, they are not alone. A small group of soldiers is secretly following them. These soldiers want to capture 11 for themselves. They think Dr. K only wants power and believes 11 will slow their mission. Because of this, they decide to go against orders and act on their own. The group finally reaches the upside-down lab. Hopper stays close to 11 as she gets ready to enter the tank again. He is very worried because this process is risky, but he knows 11 is strong. Even though it is hard, Hopper promises to trust her. He tells her that he believes in her and that she has done this before. Meanwhile, Mr. Clark joins the team and helps by keeping watch with Erica. Their job is to look out for danger. Before long, they spot Dr. K and her soldiers moving nearby. This makes everyone nervous because it means the enemy is getting closer. At the same time, the rest of the group is heading toward the radio tower in the Upside Down. Max and Vicky stay behind in the real world, where it is safer. The others reach the tall tower and begin climbing it step by step. The climb is slow and scary, but they keep going. While climbing, Mike and Will have a quiet talk. Will remembers the emotional speech he gave earlier, and Mike finally understands how much his friend was hurting. Mike apologizes for being too focused on himself and for not being there when Will needed support. Will feels heard, and their friendship grows stronger. As the group keeps climbing higher, the danger around them grows too. Everyone knows that the final fight with Vecna is getting closer, and this time, everything is on the line. Back in the real world, Max suddenly finds herself walking through a strange vision. She quickly realizes this is not real. It turns out 11 and Callie are behind it. Using their powers, they pull Max into the vision so the three of them can enter Vecna's mind together. Their plan is to face him as a team and stop him from hurting anyone else. Inside Vecna's mind, they see memories from the past. These memories belong to Henry Creel. Surprisingly, Hopper and Joyce appear in them as students who went to school with Creel. This shocks everyone, because Hopper and Joyce never told anyone about this connection before. Meanwhile, the military moves closer to the radio tower. Things get very dangerous. Vicky is forced to act fast when Max starts having a seizure in her wheelchair. She hides Max in a small, hidden space to protect her. Time is running out because the abyss is spreading and slowly crashing down into the Upside Down. As the radio tower starts to break apart, Max, 11, and Callie finally reach Vecna's mind palace. The moment they arrive, 11 uses her power to throw Vecna aside. At the same time, the tower shakes badly, and Steve almost falls to his death. Luckily, Jonathan grabs him just in time and pulls him back up. With the abyss stopped for now, Nancy Wheeler and the rest of the group climb through the portal. Their goal is clear: find Vecna and stop him. They enter a cave, and it is easy to tell where Vecna is hiding because huge vines and dark tendrils spread everywhere. Back in Creel's house, Henry returns and finds that the children are gone. Max uses Callie's illusion powers to hide the kids nearby. 11 stays behind on purpose to distract Creel. She wants to show him the truth, that he is the real monster, and break his control over the children. The kids soon spot Vecna's arm and realize they are in danger. They run as fast as they can toward the cave. Meanwhile, 11 and Callie stay behind to fight Creel. Vecna begins to fight back in a cruel way. He gets inside Hopper's mind and shows Hopper painful memories of his dead daughter. He also reminds 11 of the idea that she may need to sacrifice herself. Unfortunately, things go wrong at the lab. Hopper thinks he has shot 11, and in panic, he crashes into the tank and breaks it. 11 is not hurt, but the damage forces everyone out of the abyss right away. At the same time, Max suddenly wakes up and finds herself back in her wheelchair in the real world. Almost immediately, Dr. K and her team arrive and surround them. Because the kids left their equipment behind, the military quickly figures out what they were trying to do. They learn about the mission without much effort. Even so, this discovery does not change what happens next, and the story keeps moving forward. Back at the upside-down lab, Hopper gets angry and confronts Eleven about her risky plan. Callie points a gun at Hopper to protect Eleven, but Eleven stays calm. She listens as Hopper gives an emotional speech. He tells Eleven that he wants her to have a real life, far away from Hawkins, experiments, and pain. He reminds her that she deserves peace and happiness after everything she has suffered. Meanwhile, Henry Creel finally faces his fears and makes his way into the cave. As he does, Will and the others move closer to him inside the abyss. Because Henry is nearby, Will is able to control Vecna again. Will uses this power to hold Vecna back, hoping to give his friends enough time to escape safely. Back at the lab, the military moves in to capture Hopper and the group. Murray acts quickly and throws a grenade at the helicopter, blowing it up and stopping the soldiers. Eleven then steps forward and uses her powers to push the soldiers back. Sadly, Callie gets shot during the chaos. She falls to the ground unconscious, and it looks like she may not survive. Inside Vecna's memories, Holly stays behind in the cave to slow Creel down while the others run away. Creel becomes distracted when a strange suitcase opens. Inside is a glowing rock. This rock seems to be connected to the Mind Flayer. A voice reaches out from the abyss and tells Creel to find me. This moment reveals an important truth. Henry was not born evil or powerful. The Mind Flayer found him when he was young and used him as a tool. It gave him powers and controlled him from the very beginning. That is why the Mind Flayer does not want him in the cave. It does not want Henry to remember that he was once just a normal kid, like Will, being used by something much darker and stronger. Eleven decides she cannot stay behind anymore. She uses her new jumping power to leap into the abyss and chase after her friends. She arrives just in time because the Mind Flayer finally appears in its full form. This monster is huge and terrifying, much bigger than the one they fought at Starcourt Mall. It fills the space like a living nightmare. Soon, the group realizes something shocking. The Mind Flayer and Henry are connected as one being. The dark cave they saw earlier is actually inside the body of the monster itself. This means Vecna is fighting from the very heart of the Mind Flayer. Inside the monster, Eleven and Vecna begin a fierce battle. At the same time, the rest of the group works together outside to bring the Mind Flayer down. Their plan is simple but dangerous. They must attack it from every side. Since they do not have fireworks this time, Nancy steps up bravely. She uses her gun to shoot the monster and acts as bait to keep its attention. For a long time, everyone has known that these creatures are weak to fire. Just when Nancy is about to be killed, Jonathan rushes in to save her. He uses a flamethrower and blasts the Mind Flayer with fire. The flames burn it badly and make it weaker. With the monster hurt, the rest of the group joins in and keeps attacking together. Outside the abyss, Will plays an important role. He connects his mind to the creature and works hard to block the Mind Flayer's control, helping his friends from afar. At last, their teamwork pays off. The Mind Flayer and Vecna are finally defeated. Nancy pulls Holly to safety, and the others help free the remaining kids trapped inside. As the monster collapses, Vecna is badly wounded. In the final moment, Joy steps forward and delivers the last blow, cutting off its head and ending the nightmare once and for all. Everybody makes it back to the upside down and make their way back to the gate. Unfortunately, just as they make it through to the other side, Dr. K and her cronies are there waiting for them. Only, Elle isn't there. She's still inside the upside down, intending to follow through with Callie's plan. Mike gets one last moment with Eleven. They share a sad goodbye, remembering all the time they spent together. The group can only watch as Eleven stays behind. Soon after, a huge explosion hits the exotic matter. This causes a powerful chain reaction. The upside down begins to collapse and is completely destroyed. The gate closes, and everyone believes Eleven is gone forever. They stand there in silence, heartbroken and shocked. The story then jumps forward 18 months. Life in Hawkins has changed a lot. Robin is still working on the radio, explaining what has happened since then. The quarantine is gone, and the military has left the town. Hawkins is finally calm again, and there is no longer a need to hunt Eleven or hide secrets that we see how everyone's lives have moved on. Steve is now a baseball coach and seems happy helping kids. The group at Hawkins High has grown up and is about to graduate. Max is no longer in a wheelchair and is completely fine. Most of the friends are doing well and getting along. However, Mike is different. He is still sad and misses 11 deeply. He has not been able to move on. Hopper comes to visit Mike and notices how much Mike reminds him of his younger self. He talks to him honestly and from the heart. Hopper tells Mike not to let sadness and pain control his life. He encourages him to live fully, make his own choices, and keep moving forward. Even though 11 is gone, life must go on, and Mike deserves to be happy again. Back in Hawkins, life slowly feels normal again. Karen Wheeler has a brand new haircut that makes her look very serious and grown-up. Ted Wheeler is doing just fine too, acting like nothing big ever happened. Many of the other parents are also back to their normal routines. They meet up, talk, and live their lives as if the town was never in danger at all. Nancy is moving forward with her life as well. She gets a job at the Hawkins Herald, which feels a lot like her journey back in Season 2. She wants to be a real journalist and tell important stories. Even though everyone has been through so much, Nancy, Robin, Jonathan, and Steve are still close friends. They support each other and try to stay together after everything they survived. Finally, Hopper and Joyce get the moment fans have been waiting for. They go on that long-promised dinner date. During the evening, Hopper does something very special. He proposes to Joyce. This is something he has wanted for a long time. Joyce had been unsure before because of what happened to Bob, but now enough time has passed. She is ready to move forward. The two decide to take the next step together, ending the story on a hopeful and emotional note. During a Dungeons & Dragons game in the basement, the kids finally learn what really happened to Elle. It turns out she did not die in the Upside Down after all. What everyone saw was actually another illusion created by Callie. She used her powers to trick the military into thinking Elle was gone for good. The plan worked perfectly, and Elle was able to escape without anyone chasing her. Even though no one knows exactly where Elle is now, they learn that she is alive and safe. She is traveling around the world, free at last from the dangers of Hawkins and the people who tried to control her. This brings a quiet sense of peace to the group, knowing their friend survived. With the truth revealed, the kids finish their game and leave the basement together. As Mike heads out, Holly and her friends, including Derek, step in and start their own D&D campaign. It shows that a new generation is ready to take over, marking a hopeful passing of the torch and a warm ending to the story.